Welcome back to the O'Shea Vlogcast. I am your host, O'Shea. Today, I have a wonderful guest. You probably would never think that you would find her here, but hey, I'm a crazy nigga, and I end up getting a lot of interesting people to come to this channel, regardless of how controversial it is. I want to introduce to some and present to others. Nibby Speaks. What's going on, Nibby?
Hello, how are you guys? It's a pleasure to be here today and share this platform with you. Thanks for inviting me.
You're just so bubbly. It's like, hello. And so glad to have you on here, Nibby. I've been watching your channel for more than you probably think that I would know, for at least 6 or 7 months. I've been documenting your experience as an African American living in the Dominican Republic. I think that a lot of people are interested in traveling, but why is it that you were able to, coming from, Atlanta area, right?
Mm-hmm. Decatur, to be exact.
Okay, what drew you to go to country like the Dominican Republic?
Well, I studied Spanish in college. So the reason I initially went to DR, my first time going was in 2015, and I taught English. And I was there in order to basically hone in on my teaching skills and also to sharpen my Spanish to become competitive in the States for interpreting jobs and Spanish teaching jobs, right? So I was there in 2015 for about 3 months teaching English, and I fell in love with the place. And since then, I've always known that I wanted to come back. It's very inexpensive to live here. The plane tickets are cheap. I'm not rich, so that's one of the factors as well. Affordability.
Mm-hmm. Okay, affordability. Well, let me ask you this, because obviously from what we talked about before, you come from a very well-to-do family. You are exceptionally bright. You could have done, almost probably anything you probably wanted, with
Sure.
your life. What drew you to travel versus maybe going into corporate America, maybe going into the science field like you were doing before? What drew you to do what you're doing actually right now?
Well, I don't know. I'm a really, really free spirit. I don't really like a lot of control, a lot of boundaries. I don't like having to conform and just fit in someone else's mold. I don't really like the idea of building someone else's dream. And I love to travel. And I fell in love with the people here. They're so chill. It's just a very free lifestyle. It really fits my personality.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What were some of the challenges that when you first moved there that you experienced that were different from maybe some of the luxuries that you saw in the United States?
I would say the first adjustment would be getting used to bathing in cold water or lukewarm water. That was one of the first challenges. The respect that women receive here, as far as you're definitely below a male. So that was very interesting to know that I needed to have a male with me in order to get certain things done. Renting out this apartment, they wouldn't rent to a single female. So I actually had one of my housemates who I met in the hostel that I was staying in. He actually had to pose as my husband so that they would rent the apartment for me. So that was interesting. Mm-hmm. And then, organization as far as businesses are concerned, it's different. So yeah, I don't have too many complaints though. I'm pretty flexible.
How do people take you as being, well, I mean, because you're African American. Now you do speak Spanish, so I don't know if you speak Spanish with because I'm pretty sure like Mexican Spanish may have a different accent from Dominican Republic Spanish than from Chilean Spanish. So when you speak Spanish, do they believe that you are from there, or do they believe that you're from someplace else?
No, when I speak Spanish, first of all, it depends on the conversation. There are certain situations in which I have mastered the accent. Buying things and any sort of bartering. I have mastered that conversation. Listen to this. Welcome to DR. They're selling fruit. Let me close this window. Hold on.
Okay.
You know, taxi rides, things of that nature. But if you talk to me long enough, they'll say, where are you from? I've heard Venezuela, I've heard Puerto Rico, and that's pretty much it. There's a lot of Venezuelans here and there are Puerto Ricans here. But generally, I can get by, for sure.
What is, well, let me ask you this, because before you went to the Dominican Republic and you were studying Spanish, you had probably a preconceived notion of what the country would look like or what it would be like.
Yeah.
Were you what was your interpretation when you first got there to what you thought it was when you were in the States?
Oh my gosh. So before I got here, I had the preconceived notion that it would be pretty conservative here, that the people would look one way. You know, fair-skinned, straight black hair, kind of meek and quiet. I don't know why I thought that, but yeah, that's what I thought. And then when I landed, it was like a party. Everybody was like, looked like me, and they were so lively, and it was definitely not conservative at all. It's very, very live out here, to say the least.
Very live. What do you mean when you say live?
Like, the people are loud, boisterous, love to have fun. The women dress, they can be scantily clad, and there's no judging. It's a party. It seems like a party. I could find a party every day if I wanted to.
Really? Okay.
So it's live, at least here in Santo Domingo.
Now, let me ask you this, because from what I've heard, compared to the United States, the Dominican Republic women are somewhat way more attractive than women in the United States. Or like, let's say we were to compare maybe black women in Georgia to the women in DR. Would you say that's the truth?
I don't. Oh no, am I skipping out?
No, you're good.
Okay. You may have to ask a man that. However, I did have 2 house guests who were lesbian women, and they didn't find the women to be exceptionally beautiful at all. So I don't know. Don't get me in that. I don't know.
Let me ask you this. Because in Atlanta, I've never been there, but I'm assuming you have some more successful black men there. And Dominican Republic is more of, from what I've been told, a poor country, and the elite in that country are not black people, particularly black men.
Yeah.
How do you handle dating? And I've seen this several episodes where you were talking to some like it's a black guy in Spanish. I think you're dating him. How do you handle dating amongst, you know, maybe men who are not maybe as educated as you are, or as bright as you are? How do you handle that or transcribe that?
Well, honestly, right now, I'm really not looking for anyone, but it is pretty hard to stay single here, being that most women, you know, you need a man to handle your business, especially if you're going to be interfacing with other men. You're going to need another man by your side to make sure things are clear. As far as dating people who may not, you know, be equally yoked as far as educational levels or coming from the same basically socioeconomic status, you know, that's easy for me because I'm working on building my brand and making my own money. So I don't really care about the financial side of things. What matters to me is how you treat me and your ability to have a conversation. You don't need a formal education to be able to have a good conversation. So and I have to be attracted to you. So it's easy. It's easy for me. And plus, I'm not really looking, so it's not really on my mind like that.
Well, I'm sure a lot of guys are looking for you. So let's talk about this in the DR. do you have a lot of men try to approach you or try to when they find out you're from the United States, they want to offer marriage proposals or things of this nature?
No. I don't really attract. Are you trying to ask if I attract like Sankey pankies, people who look for Americans and then try to get money out of you or ask for you to marry them?
Just in general, guys who want to date you, guys who, all of that.
Well, here it is very common for a male to approach any female that he is interested in. First of all, it doesn't matter how old he is. So I have to deal with being hit on by 18-year-olds all the way up to old elderly men. I mean, no one has offered, to marry me or anything like that. No.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really deal with that. If I find that you're way too interested in talking about, America, New York, then I'm really going to cut the conversation at that point, So, yeah, I get, talked to by everyone. But no one has really pushed the whole, wanting to get married. And if they do, that's a red flag that you should probably not be in my vicinity.
Let's talk about, I know there may be some Haitians that are there in the DR.
Uh-huh.
It's a close, I know it's on the island of Hispaniola, both places. Do you come in contact with many Haitians that are there? And what has been your experience with dealing with those Haitian blacks who are in the DR?
Awesome. So my good friend, Wilnet, who's always in my videos, he's Haitian. So I've spent a great deal of time in the Haitian community here, and they're so kind. As I've said before, I would think, from my observation, Haitians remind me a lot of Africans. Dominicans remind me a lot of African Americans. So they're loud, so kind, very generous, even though a lot of them tend to be really bereft. My experience has been really, really positive as far as the Haitians are concerned. They'll share their plate with you, feed you, talk to you. The island people here are the same. They're all friendly, from the Dominicans to the Haitians.
Have you been to Haiti before?
No, I want to go though. I plan to go, of course. It's here.
So the Haitians typically can speak both Spanish and Creole.
It depends. Like the children, let's say the children who are born here, they generally can speak fluent Spanish and fluent Creole. A lot of the older people who maybe came here later in their life, they generally can get by on their Spanish, and then they speak fluent Creole.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me do this. So once again, brothers, thank you guys for being in the chat. I know it's kind of early for some of us in America. We have a little over 50 watching. But what I want to do is I want to promote Nibby's channel. So we'll just take a little bit of an intermission. As you guys know, I'm in Poland. She's in the Dominican Republic. And, not only is she a very nice person, she's a very, very interesting channel. There's not one on YouTube like it, I would think, from an African-American's point of view. So what's going on, Donnell? I want you guys to do me a favor. Go into the actual chat, all right, where you see her link, okay? So if you're in the chat, do me a favor. Let's go ahead and subscribe to her, all right? She's coming over to the channel. Now, you guys know, this is not really a channel where a lot of brothers are really, too fond of women coming over here, but you really can't be mad at Nibby because she's so damn nice. How could you say something bad about her? You can't, because everybody's like, oh, she's so nice. So let's do that, brothers. Let's show some support. And I'm gonna post her Patreon out there also. So I want you brothers to go over, support her channel, okay, because she's really, really a nice person. She's a very, very, very good spirit. So we want to support her as an African American woman who's out there, you know, having her own business, teaching people Spanish and things like that. She is still a part, you know, of our culture, and she's, you know, making the race very, very proud to be out there doing what she's doing. So let's go ahead and show some love. You brothers comment and let me know that you subscribe to her, okay? So once you subscribe, do me a favor in the actual comment section, say sub, all right? Because I want to track how many subscribers we're giving for her. And once again, go comment on the videos, watch the videos, you'll learn a whole lot. All right, back to you, Nibby.
Yes. More questions. I like to chat.
More questions.
We could be here all day.
Let me ask you this. I mean, I know we're talking about Dominican Republic, but let's put a pause on that. What had you start watching? Maybe I didn't even know you knew I existed. I knew who you were, but I had no idea you knew who the hell I was. This is not like a black woman friendly channel at all. So I want to know, how the fuck did you even find out about me? And what made your ass watch my crazy ass videos?
Your video was recommended. So I do watch, well, the only person that I really watch is, I watch Tariq, and I watch a lot of Cynthia. Somehow, Rom Wills. Oh, I love Rom.
Yes,
I love Rom. Hi. And then your video popped up, and I don't remember the title, but I had seen your work before. It was very, very controversial, but I love to get the tea. I like to know what the men of my community are thinking. So I'll sit and watch. Why not? And take what I can and take it. Just take it. I like to know. I like to be in the know. Yeah.
And by the way, I don't know if you know this, we have a website called thenegromanosphere.com. Rom is actually a weekly columnist on that website. So if you want to check out his work in written form, he's also a great author. He publishes an article on my site every Thursday. So even a better writer than he is a podcaster. He's a damn good podcaster, but he's a hell of a writer. So if you want to check out his work, that's for anybody. Check out Rom on the Negro Manosphere every Thursday. He drops an article. What do you think is going on with you know, we have a gender issue in America. I know you're from Atlanta. A lot of successful black women there. What's the problem between black women and black men, and why can't they get along, in your opinion?
Man, I'm trying to figure it out. There's definitely some contention. From the black woman's perspective, I can say that a lot of us feel embarrassed, you know, by the rhetoric that is being used against us. Maybe unprotected, because, you know, a lot of black men have said that, you know, the black woman doesn't need protecting. You know, she's bad all on her own. She talks about us. So what are we going to protect that for? A masculine woman, blah, blah, blah. And then the men, what is you guys' problem? Or which problem did I just, I'm getting scatterbrained. I don't know. I just think that there needs to be some sort of dialogue in which both sides are receptive and are willing to apply what they hear instead of just waiting to respond. Does that make sense?
When you say dialogue, can you kind of go into further detail what you mean when you say that? Maybe
less of pointing the finger and more of explaining exactly what the problem is and coming up with solutions, rather than just, well, you know, you're a masculine woman, you're loud. Okay, well, you can't find a job, and you always date outside the race. Maybe just have more solutions and be more willing to forgive each other for whatever has been, you know, whatever you feel has been done towards you, and just move on. Have to move forward.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. Since you've been in the Dominican Republic and you see the male-female relationship, kind of algorithm, how it works.
Sure.
That the Dominican Republic, although they may be, you know, definitely more have less resources and things, when it comes to family, are they better equipped to maintain family structure than African Americans are, in your opinion?
Are they more equipped? For sure. I think that American culture and I think feminism has definitely deteriorated the male-female relationships.
Wait.
Not really
That last part again? That last part.
the feminism.
Yeah.
I think that feminism has deteriorated the male-female relationships, especially in the African American community.
Calypso.
I do think that traditional gender roles are great, especially when you're running a household, when you're running a family. I think it's wonderful.
I noticed you're very very feminine, very extreme, which is good. Highly unlike a lot of Black women out there. What contributes to your feminine spirit, your bubbly personality, your happiness? Why can't Black men find a lot of women out there that see things like you do, or maybe there are other women like you who feel the same way and we just haven't found them yet?
That's a really good question. And I'm not sure why. I really can't say that there's a shortage. I haven't met enough women or men to say that, there aren't enough. But I just keep a positive outlook. I choose to be happy. I choose to be positive and do what I want with my life. I choose to take what people say with a grain of salt. I choose to apply any helpful information or any things that I might learn from any complaints of the men of my community, and I apply it and try to make myself a better person. That's all you can do. I really can't speak for other women, but that's what I do.
Let me ask you also this. What do you think that Black men, and now, not to put you against the wall or anything like that, but what is it that you think that Black men as a whole can do to improve relationships with Black women? I'm not talking about them right now. I mean, just as a whole, if you could say, well, in my opinion, I think this is what Black men are missing about Black women, or maybe if Black men did this, they would be in another position to do this. What are Black men missing? What are we missing the point on that, probably could contribute to the gender war that is currently going on in our community?
Okay. I think it would be a start to keep the dirty laundry within our community. It's like we're in a fight and everyone knows our business. It's like we have our dirty underwear just sitting out on the line, just dirty. So it'd be nice if we could have these if there were maybe less bashing videos, that would be nice. Then you wouldn't have so many bitter women who are quick to join the swirling movement or quick to make their own bashing videos. I know that I feel like the men of the Black community are responsible for how their women are seen. So maybe if the Black man could control better how his woman is seen in the media, maybe by, I don't know, just set the standard and make that standard a Black woman standard, not something else, preferably.
Let me cut you over here. What I think that you're saying is that Black men, due to their, I'm going to put it in O'Shea's terms. I'm not going to, but I'm going to put it as I would say it. Pretty much You niggas don't own your own media. And because your black ass don't own your own media or anything that could promote black women, then that allows white men or white people to disrespect black women in their own way. So the reason why black women may be out there looking mean or rude or that is because you niggas don't own your own shit. If you owned your own shit, then you would be able to promote black women as if you want to own, and you'll be able to set your own standards and make black women live up to those standards because you own it, right? I mean, you keep it real. You on the right channel. Just fuck it. Just say that. So pretty much, you niggas don't own shit. I mean, I'm gonna say it again. You niggas don't own shit. You don't own your fucking own media, right? So you are not in a position to tell black women what standard they should have because you don't own shit. That's right, right?
Sure.
That's what you say a nice way, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Part of that I agree. This is what I'm trying to tell the brothers all the time. You know, here's the thing. It's not about being right. Because a lot of dogs out there, huh? What's up, Rufus?
Man, it's always something up here.
All the videos that the brothers do about black women are 1,000% correct. Now, I know you say it's bashing videos. I'm going to talk to you about bashing, what you think about it. But it's 1,000% correct. The problem is even black women know that it's correct. The issue is like, well, but at the end of the day, you niggas don't own shit to make us live up to a fucking standard. So even if you're right, it don't matter.
Sure.
That's what it is. I mean, that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, so this is what I'm saying. Somebody said, don't forget to ask Nibby for a photo of her elbows. Niggas are nasty. Now, to your point, when it comes to black women portraying themselves, black women are fucking crazy. Many of them. Black men, now at the same time, black women make themselves look like they make themselves look because that's what they want to do at the same time. Now, I will agree, black men have dropped the ball on creating more media first for themselves, right? Black men don't even own their own media to give to other black men. That's a problem, right? But at the same time, a lot of black women are just doing whatever the fuck they want to do. It has nothing to do with black men at all. Or do you disagree?
Hold on one second. I need to close this window because these dogs are going crazy.
Oh, shout out to my man God Mode. Shout out to my man God Mode for the $2 super chat. Welcome to the club with that shit.
Okay, a little bit better.
Hold on a second. King skills, bro. King skills, bro. See, listen, dude. Before we go back, you know, you got one more time to come on here talking bullshit in my chat. The next time I'm banging. All right. Go ahead, Nibby.
Oh my goodness. Can you please repeat the last question, the last part of that question?
So what you think is maybe that the reason why black women are portrayed bad has a lot to do with the lack of black male production and lack of development, which could be true. But where's the accountability on the way black women make themselves look? At the end of the day, don't they have a choice?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh!
This is my opinion. I think. So are you saying that black women portray themselves in a poor light on social media?
Oh, absolutely.
In what way?
Oh.
Give me an example.
All you gotta do is go to Facebook, look at individual Facebook accounts, motherfuckers twerking in front of all kind of different things. I mean, black women don't make themselves a good case. I mean, maybe if all black women were more like you, okay, then we wouldn't have such a problem. But unfortunately, you have a lot of black women out there who feel very entitled to do whatever the fuck they want to do and feel that won't nobody do anything to them. So a lot of things that black women do are because they decide they want to put themselves involved into that bullshit. And that's the one thing that we got to understand, that black women are their biggest enemy. It's not black men. It's not. Black women are the reason why the stereotypes are the way about black women. Many times it's their own fault.
I personally disagree with that. I think that the negative, if ever something is negative comes out about a black woman, I think it's automatically pushed to the forefront. And I think that there's an over-representation of those negative stereotypes on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that if some, I don't know, some ratchet person does something crazy, I think that that's an anomaly. However, it gets pushed and promoted to the point where you would think that it's the norm. Like, for example, let's talk about how the media and how the portrayal of your women could change. Hold on. Oh God. It could be controlled by you. So let's say in my personal real life experience with, let's just say women of other races, let's just use the white woman, just much love to the white woman, no hating. But generally in college, you would find these women, the first, like, in all kinds of crazy sexual acts with all the athletes, just loose as a goose. But at the same time, you don't see that on the media. They're not called thoughts. They're doing all kinds of crazy and interesting things, but their men don't push that narrative, even though they see it every day. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
So what you're saying is their men don't go out and talk about the negative things that they do, like black men talk about black women. Is that what you're saying?
I guess. I think so. That makes sense for sure.
Yeah, keep going.
So it would be nice to not, I don't know, just not push the negative and maybe bring up the positive aspects of the women of your community.
So basically what you're saying is, well, black women out there fucking up, don't say anything about that. But let's kiss their ass on the things they do good and not make them accountable for the fucked up shit that they do. Yes, that's what you're saying, right? Mm-hmm.
So
do this.
My thing is the difference between real life and what's happening on the ground and what's happening on the internet. I don't know if they're necessarily the same. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Because I haven't had the experience of these ratchet black women that you guys speak of, or everybody being all do bad by myself type of woman. I don't.
Can I interrupt you?
That's not normal to me.
Can I interrupt you real quick? So, I want to explain something. Just real quick. Tip got onto this. So for the men out there who are probably thinking that Nibby is like trying to defend black women, you guys got to understand, she comes from a position where her father is a physician. She came from a very, very good home, lived in a great suburb. She didn't come up in the hood or come up in certain places like we did, right? So before you guys maybe think that she's trying to cape, she doesn't see the black community maybe through our eyes. So when she sees things on World Star Hip Hop or stuff like that, it's hard for her to relate. I mean, you're talking to a black woman who lives in the Dominican Republic, who was in a master's program for gerontology, who speaks fluent Spanish. We're not talking to the average black chick here right now. All right. So this is what you guys got to understand. She has lived a totally different black, I would say black elite a lifestyle that when she looks at things on the internet, she can't relate to it because it's not what she saw. So before you guys, so that's why I'm very patient and understanding of what you mean, because to you, you've never seen this. Is to you, this is not representative of what you saw when you were coming up, right?
Yeah. And like I said, I do think. But yeah, I think that the negative stereotypes are advertised more for the Black woman, absolutely. And then I do think that, as I said on one of my other chats, that it's about perceptions. Remember? So as far as when a Black woman is going off, you're ghetto, you're trash, you're a hood rat, but you have that same woman, not the same woman, another woman of another race doing the same thing. It's, oh, she's frustrated. Let's figure out what the problem is. True or not?
Well, no, I'll give you that. I won't disagree with that. That is true. But at the same time, I know you're a very bright person. I talked to you before we started the interview. You're highly articulate, highly, because I wouldn't even have you on my show if you were a dumbass. I just wouldn't waste my time. The problem I think that with you is you're acting like you're enumerate, but you're not. You understand numbers, you understand probability. I'm pretty sure more than other people. You probably understand numbers in Spanish and probably, what am I saying here? You can't deny the numbers that Black women as a core group are failing tremendously in many aspects in comparisons to other women. Now, Black men, we understand that in comparison to other men, we're at the bottom of the barrel. We have no problem understanding that. We get it. Mm-hmm. We know we ain't shit for the most part. Now, there are individuals of us who are doing very well and maybe doing above average. Congratulations. But as a whole, we know that we're not shit. The problem I think with you is you can't despite the fact and deny the fact that Black women are leading in unwed births. They're leading in obesity. Many of the STDs they're leading in. They're leading in many times in bankruptcies. They spend excessive money. So when you look at, especially Black women, I mean, now I don't know about hair or anything like that, but the fact that Black women spend over $10 billion to other weed store owners who they don't even own the distribution to that and they support that, lets you know that Black women have a serious fucking problem. And the problem is that if Black men just compliment Black women on what they do well, and they do things well, we'll argue that. But the problem is that Black women many times don't want to grow or don't want to develop as a core group of women. You see, when you come to my channel, for example, you're gonna hear me call out Black men like ain't no tomorrow. I cuss these niggas out every damn chance I get. But I'm not gonna come to Nibby Speaks. Nibby Speaks channel is not gonna be like, hey, what's going on? I know you bitches are fat, but it's okay. I mean, you guys don't do that. You know what I mean? And I think that's the problem. There's no accountability for Black women's own failures. And see, this is what Black women have to realize. Just like you have people like me, other Black men, we call each other out on our bullshit all the time. Listen, brother, you fucking up. You are a fuck nigga, you're crazy. Y'all don't do that. I think that's what Black men have a problem with.
Well, the argument that I would have as far as the overconsumption of hair weaves, the thing is that our beauty standards are not pushed, and even a lot of us who go natural and wear our normal hair, you're not getting the same attention as you get when you wear bundles and things like that. So that's what I have to say about, Black women wear weave and things like that. A lot of people, a lot of Black women, a lot of people from the community would say, well, it's your fault, Black man. You don't tell me that I'm beautiful with my regular, kinky hair. And then, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Very well.
I started off as a hair and makeup channel.
So you did.
Huh?
Nibby, have you ever had a problem having somebody tell you that you were attractive?
No.
Okay, let's stop there. Just gonna stop there. Never. Never, right? You always think like, God damn, look at Nibby there. She's fine. Oh shit. Right?
I mean, I don't have a problem with men in general. No.
Okay, so why? Why don't you have a problem with men in general?
Because I don't spend the majority of my day thinking about what men are doing. I don't care. I don't think about it. I just don't.
You know why?
I'm not thinking.
Because you're fucking fine. That's why. These other motherfuckers, listen, it ain't got nothing to do with the fact that they have a weave or not. If you're ugly, you're fucking ugly. It doesn't, listen, I get told I'm ugly all the goddamn time. My grandma told me I was ugly, I was an embryo. You understand? These women want to use an excuse to wear that fucking weave. If you heard you're ugly, we have a weave or a natural. If you're fucking ugly, if I had a Jerry curl or this, it ain't gonna change my shit. I'm just an ugly nigga with a curl or ugly nigga with a bald head. At the end of the fucking day, I'm still ugly. I cannot change that shit. And the thing about it is, black men don't even have high expectations. Do you see what black men will fuck? Black men will fuck anything. Trees.
That's men in general.
They will fuck tires. Do you think the niggas they gonna get hard? Like, oh, you know what? You ain't got to weave. My dick ain't gonna get hard tonight. I can't fuck. You got to weave. I ain't gonna. No, you're natural. No, or do you look good? You just said you had no problem with nobody, whether you had natural or not. Why? Because you're pretty. The reason that these chicks complain is because they fucking look like me. Calypso Organ. Your response?
I would say that how did I'm trying to gather my thoughts on this one. You kind of got me. Would you say how can we help that? How can we help that as a community? Like, what do you think? Like, what can you do? You see your women, okay. You see your women are, from what I've gathered from your channels, they're out of control, overly masculine, maybe from having to head households, maybe from incarceration or fucking stressed out. They're wearing weaves, possibly because they do not feel beautiful or they don't know how to take care of their natural hair. I had natural long hair, 4A, B, and C nappy hair. I grew it very long. People would think, oh, are you mixed? Like, our beauty is oftentimes attributed to being something else. I mean, damn. Have you evaluated the Black woman and thought, well, what can I do to help the sister? You don't, just help your sister. How can we help one another?
Well, I think, I had physical diagnosis, It was a lab in the hospital where I had to give certain physical exams of the chest and, of the lungs, stuff like that. And how to insert a catheter or whatever. And I needed help. And the reason why I needed help is because I was fucking up. One of the ways that I got help was to learning what I was doing wrong. And the way that you can help me is to tell me what I'm fucking up on. Now, I think that as a student, it's good if a teacher who doesn't say it in a yelling way, maybe like, you're fucking stupid. But the thing about it is with African American women, doesn't matter how you say it. Do you understand? I think the only thing that Black men can do at this point is to really come together as a core group of men, getting about 95% of Black women all together, and then do what you said, which I believe is the best point that any woman has ever made. That the reason why Black men are not respected is Black men do not operate and own their own shit. That's what you said in a very, very nice way. I think that is what Black men need to do. Black men can do that, then Black men can say, well, you're not living up to this standard. You can get it fuck out. Right now, we're not in that position as a whole core group. So I think that is what black men need to do. I think that solves everything in a nutshell. And I think that's what I want to tell other black men. You can criticize black women all you want, but if we don't have any businesses, we don't own corporations, we don't own things like that, we're really in the way that they see it, we're not in position to be respected. And I think they have to that point, that makes sense. It makes sense, you know, a little bit, you know, I'll agree. Black men do have a lot of work to do. But see, the problem is, just like I can say that, Nibby or Cynthia G can't say that. I can say black men need a lot of fucking work. And my subscribers understand that. But black women can't say that because, unsubscribe. I know, like, if we were to talk offline somewhere on, you know, Dominican bar, you'd be like, yeah, these hoes is crazy. I'm like, I know. I won't tell your subscribers. But I know you gotta, I get it. Let me do something real quick, Nibby. We got 132 people watching right now, right? Let me do this, guys. So listen, two things, right? Nibby's coming over, just giving a hell of a show, right? You guys are really enjoying it. It's a great interview, probably one of the best interviews I've ever done. Do me 2 favors. Let's like the video. I have 129 people. I need 40 brothers to like the actual video. Get the likes up. All right. We do want to have, you know, women like Nibby who is receptive to listening to what we have to say as black men, and also lives in another country, can give you guys some advice and that. So do that, or let's show her that we can support the sister. Okay. So we want to show her that we can do that, and then let's also subscribe to her. Okay. Oh, also, Nibby.
Dime, yes.
This one guy believed that you cannot speak Spanish. So can you say something in Spanish to this dude? Because he thinks that you can't.
¿Qué quiere que diga? ¿Qué quiere que diga? William, ven acá.
How long have you speak Spanish for?
Piensa que los afroamericanos no pueden hablar nada, solo en inglés, ¿verdad?
He probably just roasted your ass.
Mira,
what up, Doug? All right. So $5 from Doug.
Hay gente en el mundo que piensa que los negros no pueden hablar en idiomas diferentes. ¿Por qué? ¿Tú hablas español?
Sí.
Y creo, y yo hablo español, inglés, con fluidez. Coño.
What up, dude? Oh, he's the dude from Haiti, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you got you some food, huh?
Yeah.
Playa.
But yeah, I kind of agree. I think that it's up to the black man to come up with the standard. You have to control your women. If you see your women are out of control, like, what can you do to pull them back into that femininity? If you even care. If you care to do it. I mean, I don't care what you do, but just make sure that the criticism is constructive so that women will be receptive to it. You know what I mean?
So let's talk about some other things. You know, like, hold on a second. Goodbye, overlords. Yeah, I had to ban this dude. All right, let me ask you this: What do you think that? I mean, as far as more black people traveling, do you run into a lot of expats, you know, over in the DR?
Black expats, no. I've run into Dominicans who have been deported. That's the closest thing that I've seen to an African American, but no, only thing that I see out here are white Canadians, white Europeans, the white people.
Let me ask you, how are blacks treated? I mean, I know that you're, you know, American, Black American. But how are Blacks treated there in the DR in comparison to maybe the lighter Spaniards? And I guess what I want to know is, do the lighter Dominicans who are mixed with Black, do they identify as being Black, or do they identify as being like Spaniard Mexican or Spaniard Dominican?
Everything is based on your skin tone. So, and I think it has to do with your hair texture too, I think. So there's the negra, I'm negra, Black, dark skin, kinky hair. Then you have morena, that's like the mixed ones. Then you have rubia, those are the ones who look white. Then you have the indios with the red, they kind of look Native American. It's just totally different. It's different. But as an African American here, you do get treated with privilege. You walk into this country and you're automatically pretty much thrown into a higher class. So you will experience some form of privilege for the first time, possibly, just off the muscle of being American.
What kind of privileges are you referring to?
Just with anything, like I was in a line somewhere trying to pay for like a visa. And I had to pay my exit taxes. And I was talking to the guy that I was with, and he was like, "Oh, you're American. Just go to the front of the line and show them your passport, and they'll just let you in."
Wow.
Or yeah, if you are applying for an apartment, they'll see like, okay, this is an American. Okay, well, we're gonna do what we can to make sure that she gets it. However, if you're a woman, there's that thing. So I, being a woman, had the privilege of being American, but the disservice of, it's a woman. I'm not gonna rent to her. She's a woman. I don't care if she's American or not. So for a Black man, I can expect that you would get all of the privileges, the male privileges, the American privileges, things of that nature.
So let me ask you this. A lot of brothers I'm gonna tell you this. You niggas who have all these damn questions, you niggas better start super chatting this shit. Hold on, man. You need to ask me. Listen, nigga, hit that damn $ and put your fucking questions in there. All these goddamn questions. I can't ask all this goddamn shit. That's how I'm gonna do it, because it's got like 1,000 questions in there. 130 watching.
Really?
You want to ask your question, super chat it, and I ask her for it. Otherwise, you have to wait your goddamn turn. Okay, let me ask you this. You live in Santo Domingo, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for. Let's talk about some expenses and shit. Now it seems from what I see in your videos and even right now, looks like you're living in. You got that nice little redwood in the background, everything like that. If I'm looking for an upscale apartment in Santo Domingo that will be maybe similar to something in the United States, how much money am I looking to spend a month?
At least $500 a month.
At least 500. Okay, what's the range? Between 500 and.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, because your video went out. The range for something high end in Santo Domingo.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, from $500 on up.
Okay, so like maybe like 500 to like, let's say if I have like to 700, can I live in a pretty decent area? You think that amount of money?
Absolutely.
What's the security? I mean, do you have armed security with that, or?
Yeah, it'll probably be gated. It'll definitely have some sort of security, for sure.
Okay. So we have that. Let me also ask you this. I mean, I know that you were using a cell phone for this particular hangout. So let's talking about cell phone service. How much are we looking per month for if we want to operate cell phone service?
Ooh, I don't know. I have an unlocked phone that I use to make calls to the States or locally. And I don't pay that much at all. I pay for my minutes. So basically what happens is when you get here, you have your unlocked phone, you go right over to Claro, they'll put a chip in it, and then you pay for your minutes. Or you can get a plan. It's cheap. I can say that. It's definitely cheaper than it is in the States. Yeah.
Okay.
But I just buy the minutes. I don't really talk on the phone like that.
So let's talk about maybe like your food, and you do your grocery shopping and things of nature. How much does that run you, per month? If you're like buying groceries, milk, and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, food is dirt cheap.
Really?
Yeah, as long as you're not consuming a lot of American products, like if you just need Frosted Flakes or whatever the products are from your home country. If you eat the local food, if you eat fresh, it's dirt cheap. If you want to eat unhealthy, it becomes expensive.
Okay, unhealthy. So, I mean, would you say if we say like $200 a month, could you get by?
Yes,
Definitely.
for sure.
Let's see if I want to. We talked about high-speed internet. Now, you said the company is Clado, right? Clado.
Claro, that's the I think they might provide internet. Claro is the phone company.
Okay, so if I want pretty good fast internet, I'm looking between maybe 30 on up.
Yep.
30
to
on up. 50. Okay, cool. And now you said there's a problem sometimes with the water. Sometimes, and I've heard this about the DR, it's cold showers, right? Is there a way that you can get a place like with a hot water heater or something like that, or?
Absolutely.
And then you don't have that problem. Do you have that problem if you have a hot water heater?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. You don't think so. What else can I say? So let's say, I don't know if you go to the club, right? But we're going to the club, me, Nibby, Jorge, Alfredo, all we chilling. I want to go to the club. How much it costs me to get into the club? And I want to get like a VIP booth or something. What am I looking at?
You generally do not have to pay entrance, but you are required to buy a bottle. So you're generally gonna have a section, and you're gonna have to buy a bottle, which at minimum is gonna be about $20. So if you're really doing bad, you could go to the club and sit in an area booth, VIP, for $20. That's playing. Let me see. Figure out the equivalencies. Probably like $30. Minimum.
$30. Okay. $30. All right. So, and then I know the Dominican peso. So it's pretty. The dollar is strong against it. So let's say if a person has $2,000 US dollars a month, you can live a pretty good life there, basic life.
Absolutely.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Have you been to
You're
Sasua?
gonna be comfortable, very comfortable for $2,000 a month.
How did you ever live? Have you ever been to Sasua before?
No, I haven't been there yet. Have you?
No. No, I really haven't been though, but I want to go. I mean, because I'm a tourist. I want to see the tourists.
Right.
Do you go to the beach, things of this nature, stuff like that?
I do go to the beach every now and then. I enjoy Boca Chica. It's a really, really nice, calm blue water. It's like a huge pool. It's nice and white. It's clean. The only thing that I don't like about the beaches here is that they really sell a lot on the beach. I hate that. So if you really don't want to be bothered, you're going to have to go to a private beach because there are going to be people passing by every 5 seconds trying to sell you their services or their products.
Now, I've heard there is a bunch of stray dogs and like stray animals like just all over DR. Just dogs everywhere and shit. That's true.
This is true, and I love animals. I really, really love animals, so I love it. Yeah, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. Okay. So let me do this. You're going to take a little intermission because I don't want to keep you all day. But brothers, let's do this. Nibby has gave a wonderful interview for us. So let me see, and I'm gonna actually I see that you're on Patreon, so I'm gonna post your Patreon because we want to support you in any way that we can, right? Because you got a little bit of liberal ideology, but you cool enough for me to fuck with you because you kind of like a little to the left, but it's still kind of cool. You know what I mean? It's a little too far to the left, but we can work with you. Little too far to the left. But let's do this, players. First of all, I got 129 people watching. You niggas got 13 more likes to give me 100. Listen, you niggas know I come in here in my finals week to give you niggas a show. At least you can do is like this fucking video. I want to tell you niggas again. Okay? Because if I start doing these damn videos, you may come back. We missed the content, bro. Y'all, come on. Y'all like the video. Y'all know I'm doing a goddamn video. Okay? Get the likes up, man. Support your boy. All right? The more likes we have, okay, the more YouTube promotes this shit. The first thing you niggas should do when you come up in this motherfucker is like the video. It ain't, it's not that hard, dog. Go over there, put the jack off oil down, like the video. All right? Thank you. Give me 3 more for 100. 3 more for 100, y'all. I'm telling you, man, you niggas are stingy. You can't even get free shit from you niggas. Woo! $1. Woo! Edward, I'll take it, nigga. I'm broke. What up, Steve? Okay. And let me get 2 more from your players. 2 more, man. That's all I need. 101. Thank you. Now, the last thing I want you brothers to do, I want 40 brothers right now to subscribe to Nibby Speaks. Okay. And the reason why I want that to be done is that although that me and Nibby are not seeing all together eye to eye, it's a good thing to see that we can still come together and give an awesome interview and help one another out, right? And what we're going to do is help her out by subscribing to her channel. So I need 40 brothers. All right, thank you. So comment sub on the bottom, right? Comment sub. I want her to be like, damn, I went over there and fuck with O'Shea and I got me like 50 subs. You know what I mean? So y'all do that, man. Support the sister. She's out there. You ain't got no kids, do you?
No, I don't have any children.
Okay, listen, she ain't got no kids. She ain't over there twerking on the damn Santo Domingo street. Okay, she has her own business. We want to see black people do well. All right, and I know a lot of dudes, in the Negro manosphere or in the black manosphere, we don't hate women. Okay, whenever you see a woman that's doing the right thing, trying to better herself and trying to do something good, we should promote that. She's coming over to this channel. She knows you niggas is crazy, right? She knows how we feel. So, but I want to thank her for even coming over to this channel because it's a hard channel to come to. All right, so Miss Bright Eyes, go ahead and subscribe to her. Okay, everybody subscribe to her. They said I like her better than Sansa Ray. Let me ask you this. You said you watch Cynthia G, right?
Uh-huh.
I hate fucking Cynthia G. I'm not even gonna lie. I call her Weeby G.
She's adorable and passionate.
Yeah, about that. But what makes you like? I mean, because what attracts you to her channel?
I just like how brutally honest she is. Just like you. You guys remind me of like 2 sides of the same coin. Very passionate, very opinionated, and I like to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, I guess if you watch my shit, you can watch her. Yeah, Cynthia G is. Even though she was in a lot of pictures with the same white men that she said she don't want to be with and stuff like that. I'm just saying. Pro-black with a white nigga. I'm just saying. But anything, I don't want to take up all your time. I know you're busy. You have company over. I do want to thank you for coming over to the channel. And also, you're on Patreon, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what is the Patreon? Nibby Speaks?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Nibby Speaks. Okay. So, you got 13 Patreons now. Okay.
I know. Slowly but
You're
surely.
balling. Okay, I might be 14. I might go in there and try to get some exclusive content. All right, so you guys that want to sub her on Patreon, man, she does a lot of stuff. Like I said, she's teaching Spanish over there, so you guys can basically sub her on Patreon. Let me see how many people that we had. And also, for those of you who want her channel, she'll be in the description box. I want to check one thing, Nibby. And is there anything, before we end, that you'd like to say to the fellas that's listening today?
Oh man, just thanks for watching and tuning in. Continue to travel the world. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Travel, enjoy your life. And don't be ashamed if you do. Don't be ashamed if you do prefer women from other cultures. That doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me. Don't be ashamed. You have every right to date who you want to date. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
And somebody asked this. Somebody said this. Do you date white men?
No.
No. I told him that because you actually have the guy that was there. My dude, he's black. Obviously, she doesn't date. Okay. Well, once again, brothers, before I go, appreciate all of you for coming out and listening to the interview. I've been working with Nibby at least I sent her an email last week for her to come on. Like I said, she's currently in the Dominican Republic, so we're 6 hours away. It's just really good to see her. I've been a fan of her channel for a long time and was able to finally work with her today. So Nibby, again, thank you. My question is, when can we get you to come back?
Oh, we can do this all the time. I don't mind. Whenever I have free time.
Okay. So we'll email, and then what I can do is, if you want to put this on your channel, I can send you the file so you can download it and you can just throw it up on.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. So we want to network with the other YouTubers and introduce you to them, and that way we build more of a network and help each other, because this is entertaining. This was an entertaining show. I learned a lot. I'm glad that you came and shared your experience. But yeah, so I'll email you. We'll hook up again. Hopefully next week or sometime when my finals is over. We'll give a great show. I'll disagree with you on about 70% of the shit you're saying, but we'll have a good show nonetheless. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much, and peace out, brothers. I'll be back on later on tonight, I think. All right. Peace.